Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're up to episode 3 here in Marignon. Now, if you remember last time, we did have our assassin Galazine. He managed to kill off just a random commander. Oh, he had gold. He actually had money. Why did he have money? But he took like 33 damage in one hit, and he somehow survived that. I don't get it. We're gonna have him keep assassinating people, because, well, he's an assassin. That's what he's supposed to do. For those of you that are wondering about assassins, I spent some time last episode talking about Syndicate, the new Assassin's Creed game. Quite a bit of fun, not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. But that is one thing I have to agree with for some of the people that have stuff against Assassin's Creed. Is that you're not really an assassin, you're more of a walking death machine. I mean, you can... It's a little bit more difficult in the new one. It was even kind of like this in 3. But in the newer Assassin's Creeds, this doesn't hold entirely true like it used to. But it used to be like in the first and the second ones, mostly especially when you were playing as Ezio. You could just walk into a crowd of enemies and just walk out the other side, and the only difference is now you'd be covered in blood, none of it yours. If you could get the counter system down, you could just break people. I mean, you can still kind of do that, but it's a little bit less forgiving than it was, and also the guns, even as a main character, you get shot more than about twice, and you're not going to survive very long. I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with that, including one of my favorite things is oh crap. Well, he killed the Jotun. Let's see how this goes. Why is the Jotun involved? Is he a bodyguard? I guess he was. Well, I lost my assassin, but got rid of their big hitter. So, anyway, I do like how you can you can't really customize the siblings, because I mean they both have the exact same skill tree. Just you level them up on their own. But it's kind of fun. I mean, Evie, the sister, is basically more along the lines of she is more or less the best at... She's supposed to be better at stealth, whereas Jacob is supposed to be the better fighter. They're both equally good at fighting or stealth, depending, although that's... Once you get into some of the higher level skills, then that will change a little bit. But, like, the way I've really customized them is their weapons. I had Jacob using a kukri for a while. I'm gonna go back to that eventually, but right now I've got him using the brass knuckles. Mostly because I found one that is literally just directly inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. It's Deep One's... It's something. It's like the Deep One's caress or the Deep One's embrace, something like that. And it's basically a golden tentacle wrapped around his knuckles to serve as the knuckle dusters. I just love it because I'm a big fan of Lovecraft. I've actually got a collected work. I've actually got like 1 or 2 collections of his work. The only story of his I haven't been able to finish that I've actually started was at the Mountains of Madness, because it's a decent story. It just kind of drags on a little bit. Hey, free nature gems, never a bad thing. Am I actually not having... Okay. Making sure everybody is actually doing their research. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We'll stop right there for now. Okay, good. All this stuff I'm building is just to make the provinces harder to take. I'm not gonna go the whole 100 garrisons everywhere. I'm just going to do that in Marignon and along the borders. Fortunately, I know Abyssia isn't really known for sailing, but I can't remember if Arcosifale can sail. They might be able to if they get, like, mercenaries, but I'm not sure if they can inherently sail, like Marignon can. There's a couple of nations that can do it. I think Vanheim, or Vanaheim can, but... Did I get attacked? Please don't tell me I got attacked. I got it. Oh, I didn't. We're gonna actually go ahead and up this to 100 as well. Because, like I said, I don't think anybody else can sail. Anybody in this match can sail, but... Go ahead and build some roads. I guess I already built roads around here. Let's actually get 5 more, 5 more Royal Guard. 5 more Hands of Justice and 10 more crossbows. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't recruit. I can't recruit them here. There we go. Not quite my original plan, but it'll work. About the biggest thing going on in my life right now, aside from working, is, well, that's actually about it. Well, I mean, I got my best friends. I got a birthday party to go to for my best friend tomorrow, but that's not really noteworthy. That's not really noteworthy to anybody but me, and, well, my friend and all those invited to the party, of course. But I mean, I'm not sure how many of my viewers are that's really gonna matter to, especially since I'm using very vague terms. I'm not actually describing. I'm not even sure I mentioned my friend's gender. This is why you don't get into verbal. This is a good reason why it's not to get into a verbal argument with an English teacher. We tend to win just by using confusing and vague terms. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I thought the Black Alps were. I didn't think the Black Alps were a coastal province, but they are. I'm gonna go ahead and up that all the way too. Okay, he can still fit 30 more. Okay, we'll get 5 Hands of Justice, 5 Royal Guards, that's 10, and then just... Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can get 30. 10 crossbows and then 5 of everything else. That works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's actually something I need to test, come to think of it. He can't build a... he cannot build temples, I don't think. Of course he can't, because he doesn't have any priest levels. I need to get a secondary... I need to get a smaller, just general priest. I had something caught in my throat there. I'm okay now. But yeah, I really need to get just a helpful priest to go around the map and start building temples. I've already forgotten what time period we're in. I mean, not in terms of the age, but in terms of, like, is it the start of the 3rd year? Is it the end of the 3rd year? Stuff like that. The reason this is important is because, well, our god is bound in for 3 years, give or take. Hopefully it's give more than take. Okay, late summer in the year 3. And a couple more nature gems from Bayville. Okay, probably do the High Inquisitor. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's get a High Inquisitor. Alright, we got 9 more to go. Yep, that's 9. Okay, whoop, wrong button. See, that's 50 units there. That's 60, that's 80. Okay, we're gonna have him go south. Hopefully conquer that place without too much trouble. I do like how this is, like, what this is talking about. Because basically what it's saying is, because action points are a measure of how fast something can move or act in combat. And a lance, I mean, the faster you're going, the more damage a lance is going to do, up to a point, I mean. So eventually either the lance is going to break, or your target is going to be picked up and pushed along on the tip of it. More than likely the lance is going to break, unless you're fighting something that weighs about, 20 pounds. Actually, I don't know the strength of a lance in terms of, like, breaking force. Probably, well, I guess it's because it's based on what it's made from. Let's see, I think Akashic Knowledge is in the first school available, so we'll find out. Battle in the Cloudbreakers. Oh wow, that was a slaughter. Granted, they didn't have a commander, so... Okay, good, we got the False Prophet. Let's watch this, because this is the militia, for the most part. False Prophets. And Heretics. And they're shooting to hell and back by one volley of the crossbows. Yeah, they don't want any of that. Oh, Slingshot's got off. And some more. That actually took out the False Prophet entirely. One lone crossbow bolt. And that is why you don't mess with my military. That's why a full complement of militia like that is actually very dangerous. Oh, they just ran out at the start of the battle. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They have no commanders, and they're facing off against a giant professional army. Go ahead and start building a citadel, Saragasese. Oh wait, he can actually command... Oh great, he's actually gained enough experience to command 30 more troops. Oh, I hate when that happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually only 20, isn't it? Yeah, that is. Wait, no, that's actually 30. What am I talking about? I'm failing at math. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to conquer the water. I mean, I could hire mercenaries actually. Now that I'm actually playing a nation that gets taxation. And actually, I guess there was a big piece of news, come to think of it, a couple of weeks ago, relative to when this video goes out. It was actually a week ago yesterday for me. street my car was on got flooded pretty badly. Bad enough that water actually got into my car, about 1.5 inches of water. Fortunately, according to the shop, and my insurance company, the car's not going to be totaled, and it's actually on the way to being fixed. Guy said his estimate was about Wednesday. I'm not going to... That was a rough estimate. I'm not going to be mad at him. I mean, he's fixing my car. It's going to cost me about $1,000, but hey, better that than having to buy a new car. Yeah, well. How far along are we? Okay, we're up to level 6 blood magic. This is the one we're looking for, is the Reascendance. We may have... And also this, because I've never actually managed to do that. Bind a Demon Lord. And just like that, he's become one of my... Carmont has become one of my strongest commanders, just by virtue of the fact that his army is massive. Okay, he's actually down to very few troops. Oh yeah, because they ran off. Okay, High Inquisitor is 2 turns off. I didn't actually already recruit one, did I? No. Yes, they can. I mean, there's actually... You can actually forge artifacts that allow anybody to sail, but some nations, such as Marignon, can do it for free. With some restrictions, of course. I mean, like, the Admiral can definitely sail across, but like the Goetic Masters, the High Inquisitor... Sorry, that was a yawn. But yeah, the Goetic Masters, the High Inquisitors, probably can't sail for shit. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I'm actually really looking forward to when Blizzard finally releases Overwatch to open beta. I'm not gonna have a huge amount of time, but it looks like fun. I played a lot. I actually played quite a bit of Team Fortress 2. Had fun with that, although I'm not a big fan of playing the metagame for the most part. I play for fun. I mean, Overwatch does actually have a strong metagame component from what I've seen, but... At the same time, it's got the right... It seems to have the right kind of feel for a game I'll enjoy. Although, to be fair, the 2 characters that really appeal to me, I think they're both classed as offensive characters. It's a Reaper and McCree. Because I like the gunslinger motif that McCree's got, but also Reaper is just... He just looks like fun. Especially some of the teleportation tricks you can probably pull off, like teleport behind the entire enemy team and fire off your ultimate. That's another thing I like, is it's got some elements of things like Dota or League of Legends. Some people call those MOBAs. I use that term. I also use the term ARTS, Action Real-Time Strategy, or ARTS, because it's very descriptive. You're playing a real-time strategy game, but it's far more active than just... You're not just what some people have called an armchair general. Although, to be fair, I don't use an armchair. I mean, this chair has arms, but it's an office chair. I'm not actually in an office. I'm just in a room. Bedroom, actually. Okay, that should be... Yeah. we're gonna send him. Actually, you know what? We're gonna send him to the Black Alps first, because he's actually gonna go up to Bayville, see if he can root out that see if the cult actually does exist or anything. Carmond, you're going down here. Okay. Actually, you know what? Now that that's happened, we're gonna go there. But first off, we're actually going to set. I forgot to set him to casting spells. My tactics are not always brilliant, but they're at least somewhat effective. We'll see how this goes. I've actually forgotten how big this map is. It's probably, I do remember it being quite large though, because we have 3 nations here. Like I mentioned earlier, we're playing against Abyssia and Arcosophale, and we are playing as Marignon, the Conquerors of the Sea. Like I said, they kind of have a Spanish vibe to them, and when I say that, I mean like as in they were inspired by Age of Expansion era Spain. So think along the lines of Hernan Cortez, Cabeza de Vaca, folks like that. Also, fun fact, if you don't know Spanish, Cabeza de Vaca quite literally translates to head of the cow. Or you might also know French. Similar idea. Okay, we lost 4 swordsmen, 4 hands of justice, and a royal guard. Ugh. We're gonna go ahead and watch this just for fun. Also because see how my prophet handles battle. Fanaticism. What does that actually do, I wonder? Divine Blessing, so he is now blessed along with the Hands of Justice. To be blessed, you actually have to have the Sacred Marker. Okay, I mean, it's... Actually, I started you off by building a temple. The reason I stopped that is because we're not out of time, but we're running low on time, so I didn't want to spend it. I didn't want to spend all of it on on one battle. Loading, loading, loading all the time. And actually, speaking of random songs, I actually came up with one. Set to the tune of bringing in the sheaves while playing Syndicate. Because one of the things you can do is not something I'd recommend, which is you can actually go swimming in the Thames River. The little song I made up, like I said, it's set to the tune of bringing in the sheaves, but it involves the idea of growing a second head. Because I mean, you're swimming in the Thames. It's a lot like the lake near where I grew up. Come on, I'd like to at least get the next turn started. Finally, the King of the Dawn, Prince of Astral Fires, God of Blood, Eater of Children, and the Ever Burning One, finally freed. Ooh, cool. Eh. Yeah, okay, I actually can't. There he is. Yes, he is a giant flaming head. All hail the big giant head. Okay, I need 105 Astral Pearls to get him up to level 7, which is what he needs to be to cast some of the spells. Unfortunately, folks, that is time. Remember, folks, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and favorite or leave a comment down below and begin voting for the nation we'll be playing next time in our next playthrough of this series. If we don't get a vote, I'll just keep finding ones that I like. I'll probably switch over to the early ages next if we don't get a vote. If you're not sure what nation is available in what age, there is a list, a complete list, in the description of the introduction video for this series. So if you just go to the very first video in this playlist, you'll be able to find it. And if you want to make sure you never miss an episode, as long as YouTube subscription box works, you can click the subscribe button down below or the link at the end of the video. I do appreciate all my subscribers, folks. And if you like just random pub games of Dota, tune in tomorrow night for another episode of Ran Dota. It should be a fun match. We'll see what you think of it. And please feel free to also check out my new Friday series called Wild Terraria Fridays, where I just drop myself into a large-scale expert mode world on Terraria. I might see about getting a buddy of mine to join me in on that series eventually, make it a kind of a buddy dynamic. Because he and I played Terraria for a while, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him recently about maybe joining me on that. Let me know what y'all think about that. And as for that, folks, I have been D. Good night, and good gaming.